It's funny. Good morning, Darcy.
Good morning, Jeffrey.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Patricia.
Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, everybody.
We got some Craig. We got all our mechanics here
Hi,
today.
Craig. Yep, perfect. That means nothing can go wrong.
Except for lack of energy.
Oh yeah, we definitely have plenty of that. Even my little avatar is sad today. Well, I'm not sad, but yeah. Never mind. Forget what I just said.
Hmm. I don't know if we can
Yep.
forget. It's burned
Yeah,
into our
that's
brains.
okay. Forever.
And since everybody got the chip, it's in everybody's brains.
Yep. Resistance is futile.
The chip we are speaking of is the link to Neura. The Neuralink.
That sounds like Narnia.
Narnia? Is that how they get into
Yep.
Narnia?
The link to Narnia. Yep.
You resisted 5G? Ugh.
Is that what links you?
Is that what you don't get on the budget carriers? You have to give up your 5G.
Yep. Give it all up.
I think I'm about ready to give up my service.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just yeah.
Calling it quits.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it quits because I have a problem with no signal and it's only been getting worse, which would be solved by Wi-Fi
Mm.
calling. but for some reason I can't Wi-Fi call. And I think it's a service
Weird.
thing because it doesn't seem to be my phone's issue as far as according to documentation. But I do have an old phone too. I always seem to have an old phone. I don't think I've ever gotten that nice
Well,
new
we're old
phone.
people.
Well, even when I was young, I didn't
No?
have. I didn't have a. I never had a fancier than other people phone. I'm not saying it was behind. Well, I
Oh.
was. I was very late to the smartphone game, and then I was fine with pushing a key 5 times to type a letter. I remember those days where there was multiple letters per key.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I loved my little LG flip phone. And then I had the one with the keyboard in it. I
mm,
liked that one too. That was
yeah.
pretty fancy. That was probably my fanciest phone. I do remember though when my brother got a smartphone, he was the only one, and he I was living with him and his girlfriend at the time, and so we would take turns playing games on his phone. There was like this like puzzle game that we'd all play, and we would just take turns, and it's hilarious because we were like in our late 20s, early 30s, like taking turns playing on the smartphone. It's silly.
It
But
is.
now I
It's
don't
fun.
have to share. My phone it has been cracked since I got it though. I dropped it after a run. I was so excited. I did a good run and I was showing Rick and I immediately dropped my phone on the ground. And I think I'd only had it for like a month. So 2 years later, it's definitely time for a new phone.
2 years. That's all
So
it's made it.
yeah. Well, it only made it a month with before I broke it, so but it was a free phone, and if I upgraded to a new phone, I would have had to pay for the old phone and the new phone, so I was like, "Oh, well, I can have a broken phone." I really don't use it that often, so and it's just like, it's not shattered. There's just some
Mm.
if I play it too much, it does hurt my fingers because you can feel the cracks.
Oh man, Link had a phone that was so shattered you'd get shards of whatever plastic glass in your finger touching it. He had tape.
Yeah,
We
that's
put tape over it to like not have that happen. And he rolls with it. He's not one of the people that just is like, I gotta go get a new phone. He's like, what's wrong with it? And I'm like, okay, you're injuring
that's
yourself every time you
hilarious.
touch it. Uh, um, yeah, I was thinking about
That's
Mint, but
that's super
nah,
funny.
I think I'm gonna go with Google Fi. Link's had pretty good success with them so far. So that's probably who I'm gonna roll with. I think they use US. They used to have two. They were really cool. Their idea is pretty cool. They bounce off of multiple tower companies, and so then they just automatically switch to whatever gives you the best. So if, like some areas would be better in rural and some more in city. But then they broke up with one of their partners, so then it kind of they only had two. Now they only
Oh,
have one, so it's like, all right, well, I guess you're not doing that thing anymore. But then they partner with Wi-Fi people, and so then it switches. It's interesting how their network works to get by. It's still, I mean, really, Verizon still has the best towers, I think, overall, and then AT&T, and then T-Mobile, and then Prime. I read Amazon's working to have a plan through Prime. It's all about who has the towers, I think, or what towers they use or how they do it. Um, if you pay for crazy expensive internet through Xfinity, you gain even more power on that calling feature because, well, Xfinity offers phones, but for Wi-Fi, you can pop on and off of people's other customers of Xfinity's Wi-Fi's, and then if you're using Wi-Fi calling, it basically, yeah, they're if they get Verizon and T-Mobile, that would be sick. But yeah, so then Um, kind of do it that way. But
Hmm.
it's interesting how the
Mm.
cell phone game is. But I would say if you could get on somebody that's bouncing off multiple towers, that's probably the best. I hear okay things about Xfinity's phone. It's not what you think it is. So um, I think it has
Where I live,
if
you'd probably be better off with a can and a couple cans and a string.
yeah, I mean it's okay, and you do
It's
save
so
some
good
money,
down
but
here.
yeah, I think the solutions like what Craig's talking about with Mint Mobile, um, I was talking
Mm.
about TrackPhone, who I'm probably leaving. They're fine um, for those cheap budget places that if you want to get in $15 a month or $20 a month and have just a little bit of data, you don't get tons of data, then some of these budget ones are really nice. If you don't mind paying your millions of dollars per month for your, which I choose that side on internet and not phone, where
Yeah.
you can go budget on
Well,
both. You can do one or the other.
since we have satellite internet, I use my phone for everything. So
I
we have
just laugh. Yeah,
unlimited data.
exactly.
We both do. So it's like, um, I listen to Pandora all day long while I'm working because there's so many things I can't do. So usually if it's like, oh, I need to look up something real quick. I mean, for work stuff, I will, watch the YouTube videos or whatever, or download it and then just go offline. But like things that I want to listen to all day, I just put it on my phone. It sucks. But not too much longer. We're supposed to get real internet soon.
So you could Chromecast your movies. Oh, that's actually interesting. Yeah, I never asked you that. Could you Chromecast it? So you could watch Netflix on your phone and then just cast it to your TV?
Um, we haven't done that. I mean, we got rid of most of our stuff. Rick downloads everything and just watches it um on his computer. But probably I don't know. I don't know. We haven't tried it. We got rid of a lot of our streaming services because we just couldn't afford it because satellite internet is really expensive.
Yeah,
So
it's
we just got
crazy.
rid of everything.
I've looked at it before,
Yeah.
and it,
It
it's never gotten
it
cheaper over time. It's been like
mm-mm.
the same price. It's
No.
like something stupid like 150, $200 a month at starting, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like for like
So
where most people use data, we're talking like, there's probably cheaper plans, but where you're actually going to be able to
not
use it.
really, like,
No,
for
you're like, nope, that's
150
the cheapest.
gigs no, not really. Well, because you still have to pay for, like, it's like phone where it's like, "Oh, yeah, it's only, $7 a month," but then after they add all the taxes and fees and renting the equipment and stuff, now it's 200 bucks, and you're like, "Well, I guess that's how that got there."
Yeah.
So it's like whatever the fee is, the monthly fee, you have to tack on at least, like, 50 or 60 bucks. So yeah, for like 150 gigs, I think it's about 200 bucks. It's a lot. And, you know, that's not a lot of data. I
Yeah,
work all day and then
Starlink's not a thing yet.
watching a show. It is. It's not available in our area.
Yeah, it's not a thing
Um,
yet. It's only available
oh,
to
it's
the
not.
people in
Yeah.
Ukraine.
Oh.
No, I'm
Yeah,
being
we
sarcastic.
I have looked at it. I was kind of hoping, but because we're getting internet. Because Starlink is a lot up front if you when it does become available.
Equipment
'Cause you
costs
have to
up
buy all
front.
the equipment. Yeah, you buy it all up front, and then after that, it's better. But but I just can't wait until my avatar's not all blurry. We shoulda come up with a story, like, I'm on the moon for the next 6 months or whatever, and then that's why I look like this.
Well, you would have to put a moon background in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, never mind. Let's not do that.
we would have had to do work on the
But
channel.
hopefully just like another month or 2.
And
Yeah.
that's against our channel mantra.
Yeah. Why do something when you can do nothing?
Yep. Yep. Just show up Saturday, click on go live, and just
The
start
best part is we
spewing.
actually did get together twice this week to work on the show. And then we decided what it was gonna be yesterday, and there you go.
Well, because somebody has not very good internet. We can't finish the other show we were working on. Uh,
Who?
Speaking of internet.
Just kidding.
Uh, so, what's today about?
Um, about being about mind meld, about hive mind, Neuralink, AI and medicine.
Sounds like a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's all the same. Just kidding. I don't think it's all the same, but it's
You're not
interesting and
centered.
kind of scary.
Oh, you're not centered.
Huh?
Nothing.
It's me. Oh,
Um, Scary. What's scary about linking everybody together?
yeah, you're right. That's not scary at all. I'm in.
Reading everybody else's thoughts, desires,
Oh, I
fears,
can't think of anything worse.
anxieties. Ooh, we'd have new psychosis for like you have somebody else's anxiety. You're feeling anxious for them. Uh,
Well, I don't know. It'd probably spread out. You'd get some of that overconfidence from somebody else. But
this looks
I
horrible.
don't know.
I was looking at
What
our
does?
screen. Nothing. I was just looking at our little mini screen in
Oh,
between us. It's just,
oh.
you know how I get annoyed with all the things that we do or don't do
Yeah.
because it's
Yep.
off center and I don't know. But Neuralink got approved for human trials. But should we back up a little bit and discuss what is Neuralink?
Yeah. I think we should.
All right. Well, let's see if we can get this slideshow to work. Nope. That's a big nope. Well, I'm really tired of this new show. It's like doing worse than our
Oh,
last
there's
show.
me.
Yeah, there's you. So where is this at? What is its problem? Wow. It really it really has this problem every time now. I think their update messed something up. That's what I'm gonna blame.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Because it doesn't load. So to our audience to know what I'm talking about, I have all my little files in a folder that, well, that doesn't look good. They're supposed to be in a folder. Oh, in a
Aha.
folder that yeah, there we go. That I can just change them out for every show and the link should stay the same. So it's really convenient because I just get to swap out the pictures in a folder and the programming and where we have everything set and looks up will just look to that folder and it'll automatically consume the new files. Beautiful. This is like a common thing that people do in lots of areas. For some reason, it all of a sudden stopped working now that it doesn't reread my folder. So now I guess I got to go and actually select the folder every single time, which pretty much defeats the purpose of doing it because then I could just have what you were seeing earlier, Darcy, the separate folders per show, and I'll just go pick the one for the show instead of the nice common one where we dump everything to. So very annoying. Very annoying. Neuralink.
It matches us. It's like we planned it and we totally did it.
What do you mean? I planned it. I picked my shirt
Oh, you
according
did?
to the picture. Yeah, I mean, you didn't get the memo?
I didn't get the memo. I don't get memos.
You're still having trouble with that? Man, when we let you go from the other show,
Yep,
you didn't get that
yep.
memo?
It's I know. I think the problem is that you're putting the memos in the wrong folder.
Hmm,
Just kidding.
the folders aren't working. Ha ha ha. All right, so what is Neuralink? Neuralink is a neurotechnology company founded. Did he found this one? Yeah, I think he actually created this one. Founded by Elon Musk
Yeah,
in
I think.
2016. Well, he doesn't found, or I don't know. I don't know how to exactly word what he does, but he didn't create Tesla. Don't know if he created SpaceX, and I don't know if he created the Boring Company, but he buys them in early stages and then puts his name on it, which is pretty. I mean, it's good. And then I mean, he backs it and comes up with a lot. I think, but he also has really smart people that work there. So I don't know. I don't know which
Yep.
companies he actually starts. Like, hey, I need to get people together and let's start working on this. Versus, oh, that's really good, or I'm interested in this and I want to move into this. It's interesting when you have lots of money that you can become the face of something that you didn't necessarily create, which is good and bad, but
I
it's just
just looked it
interesting.
up and it said it was founded by him in 2016
It really was good. Okay.
and a founding team of 7 scientists and engineers. The group of initial hires consisted of experts in areas such as neuroscience, biochemistry, and robotics.
I just looked
The
over.
trademark Neuralink was purchased from its previous owner in January 2017.
I looked over while you were reading, and you looked so serious providing that information. It was awesome.
I couldn't have been more serious,
Your eyes were
even
all
if I
big.
wanted to.
It was funny.
That's
All
what
right.
happens when I read.
So this
My
is
eyes get big.
Elon's little baby, or big
Mhm.
baby now, because it has been approved. So, what is Neuralink? The company aims to create devices that can be implemented in the brain, allowing for a direct connection between the brain and a computer. This technology has the potential to revolutionize the way we interact with technology and could have a wide range of applications, from medical treatments for neurological diseases to enhancing human capabilities. So, the primary goal,
Your
what?
your bare face was funny. When you pause, you're like, "I can't do it because I don't have much of a face," but it was pretty funny. Continue.
I'm just looking to see how good.
Excuse me.
It's actually responding pretty well today.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um, the
it is.
company's
It's good.
primary goal is to assist individuals with paralysis in regaining independence through the control of computers and mobile devices. The devices are designed to facilitate easy communication through text or speech synthesis, internet exploration, and expression of creativity through various mediums such as photography, art, and writing. What a perfect
That's pretty
utopia.
cool. Yeah.
We can just fix everything with this little chip. How does it work? The brain machine uses small electrodes implanted into the brain to record the electrical activity of neurons. This information is sent to a computer for analysis, which uses which it uses to control external devices such as a robotic arm or computer cursor. The electrodes are made of a flexible, biocompatible material that can detect electrical signals, also called spikes or action potentials, produced by neurons when they communicate with one another. The chip processes the signals from the electrodes and sends them wirelessly to a small computer worn behind the ear. Oh, I got that. Hold on a sec. There's the chip.
Whoa.
Look at that. That goes in your brain. And it processes signals from the electrodes and sends them wirelessly to this little device, which would then connect to the internet
Interesting.
and other. Once you get out the signals, that part's, I would not say is effortless, but is pretty much that. You know, it's just programming after that, interfacing with it, whatever, just figuring out those signals. Yep. And so for the chip to be implanted, Neuralink is working on developing robotic surgical systems that can accurately place the electrodes into the brain without causing damage, and a wireless communication system that can transmit the data from electrodes to the computer without the need for a physical connection. Robotic surgical system is designed to accurately place the electrodes into the brain without causing damage. It uses a needle the size of 24 microns to sew the wires from the neurochip into the brain, which
Whoa.
is
That
a
sounds
less
gross.
invasive method compared to traditional brain surgery.
Weird. Weird. The idea of sewing your brain is just kind
As
of
you can see,
gross. But
We have a video. See if it'll work. Right.
there's a chip to stop snoring. Oh, look at this guy.
Pager is amazingly good at mind pop.
In 2020, it was a pig with a chip in its brain. In 2021,
Hold on, let me work on something
That
live
mind-
since we don't, pull that much viewership. I want to see if I can get sound for our people.
Okay, let's do it.
And I don't know, what are our rules? Oh, we're still here. Never mind. I was like, what are the rules of showing video? This is fun when you don't know how to do stuff. Audio devices.
Yep.
There's the microphone. So can we do this? No, that's not it. Don't think. Monitoring devices, Darcy's audio, my audio. Yeah. Dance party, music shuffle. Just not seeing it. Okay.
Dance party.
Yeah, there's something called dance party in there. I don't know. I think that's what our
right in
intro is
line with
called.
our show.
I think that's our intro
Oh.
stuff. I think I called it dance
Ah,
party.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know how I can get sound from this.
I wish I had arms, and then I could dance.
Aperture. Watch media. That doesn't do it. All right, no sound. You don't get the. I'll do the audio.
in 2020, it was a
Okay.
pig with a chip in its brain.
Oh wait.
In
and then we can't see
2021,
anything.
it's a
Whoa.
monkey
Wait, now this is all.
Yeah,
going-
now you're not sharing.
Why?
playing video games. Elon Musk's Neuralink
Well, stop. Stop. Disasters.
Everything's broken. Actually, the more we do this show, the more I think that our title is fitting.
Wonder
I
why
don't think
we're
we
still
talked
on
about
the
our new
internet.
title either. Yeah.
As you can
Alright.
see,
It's the show of
Pager
wonders.
is amazingly good.
Okay, so I'll be like the guy. Now I'm ready.
As you can see,
Okay.
As you can see,
Pager is amazingly
this
good
monkey
at mind
is
pop.
amazingly good at
in 2020,
mind
it was a pig with a chip
In
in its brain.
2020.
In
It was a
2021, it's
chip.
a monkey playing video
Did they
games.
say a chip
Elon
in his
Musk's
butt?
Neuralink has
The pig with a
You're
chip
the
in his
only
butt?
one that can hear it.
In 2020, it was a pig with a chip in its brain.
Oh.
In 2021,
A pig with a chip in his brain. I think it said in his butt. I was like, wait, what? Oh,
That's
Craig
awesome.
says he hears it. You hear the video? Oh, so
Huh.
then my overlay is an overlay over there. Then it's even sillier. All right, so I guess
That's
just Darcy can't hear
hilarious.
it. Hmm.
Oh
it's
yeah.
a monkey playing video games.
I
Elon
did.
Musk's
I
Neuralink
went and
has just
listened, and I
unveiled
can
its
hear it over there
latest
too,
brain
but I could not
computer
hear it.
interface, showing a 9-year-old
But I
monkey
guess I don't
named
really
Pager
count.
controlling a game of Pong with its mind, all thanks to a Neuralink chip implanted in each side of its brain.
Each side. It needed 2 chips to be able to do it? Ooh.
Whoa.
Or is it playing itself?
So it was playing by. That's what I was gonna say too. You beat me to
It's
it.
controlling both sides.
That's awesome. What's the stick for?
Well, that's how he actually controls it. They're just saying he's controlling it with his brain,
Yeah.
but he's really just moving it with
The
his
demo
hand.
starts simple enough. The monkey plays a simple game on screen using a joystick. If he moves the joystick the right way, he gets a banana smoothie. But
Oh.
all the while, the game is using the chip inside the monkey's
So it's
brain
feeding
to
him.
train a computer to understand his movements. The Neuralink chips
Wait. I don't understand. So the monkey had a controller. So first of all, the tube coming out to smoothie. So that's his motivation.
Oh. So that he stays and play.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was that he's probably just getting some water. He's like super thirsty, and they're like, "Hey, we'll give you water if you sit here." But no, it's a smoothie if he does things right. But then he's got this joystick over here on the side to control the thing. So I don't know. Oh, okay. I get what they're doing now. So they're using the joystick. He's controlling it, so he's not really controlling the stuff on the screen with his brain, but they're mapping how his brain activity is working when he goes and makes those movements. So then, if he just thinks it later, they'll be
Ah.
able to know what those signals look like. Yeah, it makes sense. I was like, they're cheating. That's not
Yeah.
cool, but yeah. So,
Yeah.
brain to train a computer to understand his movements.
Research.
The Neuralink chips are surgically implanted inside Page's skull. They connect to his brain via more than 2,000 electrodes, each one about 1/20th the width of a human
What's that?
hair, and implanted in the regions of his brain that control hand
wow,
and
it's
arm
interesting.
movement.
It's coming across your
Each
audio.
time the monkey moves his hand left or right, that movement begins as an electrical
That way
signal
I
in
can't
his
hear it.
brain, an impulse that eventually sends
Probably.
the message down his arm to move his hand. But the Neuralink implants read these signals while they're still inside the brain, before the monkey has even moved,
Look
when
at
the
him.
movements are still
Like, this
just
is so fun.
intentions. The chips are connected via Bluetooth to a computer
Okay,
that
so it's
reads the
connected
brain
by
signals
Bluetooth.
in
That
real
does not
time
sound
and
secure.
matches them to the monkey's hand movements. And here's the wild part. When the team disconnects the joystick, the computer can still predict where the monkey is going to move his hand. No joystick required.
After only a few minutes of calibration, we can use the output from the decoder to move the cursor instead of the joystick. Pages still moves the joystick out of habit, but as you can
Still
see,
moves the
it's
joystick
unplugged.
out of habit.
He's controlling the cursor entirely with decoded neural activity.
How many of us will
Eventually-
be, after we get the chip, how many of us will still be doing our things even though we don't need to, just out of habit? That would be crazy. Going through the motions, but you don't really need to. And then the younger kids will be like, "Why are you doing that, Grandpa?" Just because I have to.
Right.
My body tells me.
Yep.
Cool. And they have like Elon Musk
Very
thoughts,
cool.
but we don't care about all that stuff. So that's interesting. All right, now we know what it is. The key takeaways: restoring motor function for people with paralysis. Oh, you guys get to see my
Oh, that's
screen.
cool.
Let's go back to here.
Oh, there we go. Back to this lady.
Different lady.
Oh,
Treatment of neurological disorders, communication, and then, at the very bottom, you get some human enhancement.
right.
Hmm.
Like flight.
Like,
I can fly now.
that's why you're not a scientist.
No.
I'd be like, I'm one of the other
Maybe I
scientists. I'm
should
like,
be.
Darcy, how is this brain chip gonna make us fly?
Um, I'm sure we can figure something out.
Does little chips in our brain give us like rocket jets on our feet or something all of a sudden in our hands?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or you just can
Like
think it?
yeah. Well, pure willpower. Like,
All right, break time.
yeah. Yeah, I could use some caffeinated beverage. How come that says Tesla? Oh, sorry.
Or Tesla?
At the bottom. Yeah.
Well,
It's the the square around it.
maybe before 2016, he was doing it in Tesla's umbrella. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not
gotcha.
sure. You're
That
exactly
makes
right. Or he just uses his other platform to advertise the other one.
or somebody messed up. They're like, it's not
I,
Tesla, it's Neuralink.
that
Jeez.
that's actually
They
pretty
just saw
funny.
Elon Musk and they go, yeah.
That is kind of funny. Yep. Yep. It's like because it's not by his company, so maybe it's like the news article people are like, we'll just put this graphic. The
Mhm.
marketing people, whoever wrote the article, put it together.
They're like, it makes perfect sense. Of course it's Tesla. Okay.
That is funny though. No, wrong company.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
2 minutes.
Uh-oh, the geese army's coming.
I'm back. Sorry.
All right, give them some jokes. You gotta take care of geese.
Uh-oh. Let me see. I forgot to get jokes ready. Mm, 1 second, folks. Mm, let's see. Oh man, these are bad. Why did the germ cross the microscope to get to the other slide?
That
Oh
was good.
man, that's dumb. What do computers like to eat? Chips. What can run but cannot walk? Water. Yep. How was that?
Mm,
Have the geese been taken care of?
yeah, they just kept swimming.
Oh.
Taken care of. Yeah, they're all gone. They've been eliminated.
Oh no.
No, they just.
Yeah, I'm
But,
feeling like really sensitive today. Oh, go ahead.
oh, I was just saying, I just have to walk outside and be like, have them see me, and they just keep swimming. Swim on by. Move along.
You're
Move
like
along.
that old lady on Paperboy. Like that lady that would come up.
Paper boy.
Yeah. No, when we were getting ready this morning, I was looking for articles, and everything that I saw was like all these really sad, like bad things happening to animals. And it really made me sad today. So I wanted to say it because I feel like I haven't been talking as much. But I hate reading things that are really sad. It like makes my stomach hurt, makes me want to cry and just go lay down for a little bit. So
So why do
sorry.
you read the things that
Or-
make you feel that way?
I was looking for happy things,
Well, it's not.
but there was one where this,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
there was
I'm
a
curious.
article in Yellowstone. No, there was a in Yellowstone. A calf was killed. A bison calf was killed. I guess this guy saw it stuck in the river and away from the rest of its family, so he went to help it. So he's had to pay $1,000 fine. Because they said that the bison didn't want to have anything to do with it because of human interaction. And so they killed it. Um, um, maybe that was the right thing to do. I don't know, but just the thought of it was just really sad. Like, not making any judgments on whether it was the right thing to do or the wrong thing. It just makes me sad that this animal had to get killed. And then seeing the monkey doing the tricks and stuff, it just kind of breaks my heart. He wants to be out in the world.
What if he
I
just
don't
wants
know.
to play video games and get his
I
banana
know.
smoothies?
I know.
He's like, nah,
He's like
screw
it.
all that. I'm not gonna having to go survive. Just put this stuff in my head. Give me like a 2-year
Yeah.
lifespan and let me play some video games.
Oh no, don't say that. And then I will
Oh yeah,
cry. No.
it's sad. You don't want to know
Yeah.
about the Neuralink monkeys. Like, and you can Google that if you want
No, I
to
know.
research more
Well, see,
about
the
that.
other thing is I did look. Yeah, I did look at because I was looking for because it said some of the articles were like, oh, Neuralink, FDA finally approved it. And so I was curious, like, why might they not? And I
Yeah,
was just
you
like,
don't want to look.
I skimmed too slowly, and it was
Yeah, it's sad.
heartbreaking.
It is. It's bad. So, and it's not bad where
And so,
there might have been some rules broken, but overall it does not sound, it sounds like they followed what's allowed through scientific
mm,
exploration. I think where they got into troubles was they didn't have them in the correct facilities. Like they brought them back to Neuralink's facility, or because there's only like a couple
well,
universities, I
a,
believe, that can
a couple of
play
the
with them. Go ahead.
one of the things that I read was that like because they were testing so quickly, sometimes the chips weren't the right size or things along that nature, like where things didn't fit correctly, and because it was done quickly and incorrectly, then these animals had to get put down. It was just like, oh, we we could have slowed down just a tiny bit, and made sure things were correct, and then but no, we just like went through with a hacksaw and did what we thought.
Did the
I
best
don't
they
know, just to
could.
kind of
It's
keep
just
things
like
moving.
regular development. I
Yeah,
mean, it's really like at work.
yeah.
We-
It's just sad because it's like, I mean, it's really impressive and it's not surprising. I mean, we just read that this company started in 2016. and it's 2023. I mean, how many things have we been have ever been created that attach to your brain and make any kind of advancements? I mean, sure they can't fly yet, but I mean they can make
They can play Pong. At least they can do that.
but they can play Pong.
But if you kind of think about
And that,
where you started with computers started like,
you know,
kind of back in the day, and then Pong was like one of the first things that people saw it do, and now they do all the crazy stuff that they do. So it's
yeah,
interesting. But yeah, I mean, I'm with
yeah,
you. But it is the push of capitalism and getting results
yeah,
that cause corners sometimes to be cut.
yeah,
So
yeah. And
what?
so
And
anyway,
what?
that
Oh,
was
it's
kind
just
of my
yeah.
apology for. Well, I don't like to not say stuff. Like when, if I'm not feeling 100%. And I was just thinking when I got up, I'm like, if I'm not seeming like my normal self, it's just, I'm feeling a little, uh, sad about it's a super interesting topic and I'm really glad we're talking about it. But anyways, let's continue.
So Neuralink isn't alone. Another company called BCI, Brain Computer Interface, has produced a steady stream of research papers and startups like BlackRock. Oh, they no. Oh, okay. BCI is the type of technology, brain computer interface. And then they have BlackRock Neurotech, Precision Neuroscience, Synchron Medical, Paradromatics are also active. Some like Neuro. Synchron began human trials in April with 6 patients using a device to try to help people with paralysis. BlackRock has completed some of its recruiting for others, like one experiment to see if a computer interface can help people speak. Production is hard. I'd say 1 to 1,000 times harder to go from a prototype to a device that is safe, reliable, and works under a wide range of circumstances. That's what Elon says. Hmm. What do we have? What else do
That
we
is
got?
really cool. It would be really cool to give people that have been paralyzed or have some sort of brain injury um, to be able to have a better um, quality of life. I think is the right thing to say.
So here's the chip that they've developed now. And then, so it has a nice enclosure. It's got a battery. I don't know if I like that it's got a battery.
Mm-hmm.
That means it's got to be reworked on at some point. But I guess pacemaker
Yeah.
does too, right?
Yeah, but I think it's on the outside, isn't it? I don't know. I feel like there's like chips and stuff that go on the inside, but the battery's on the outside. Or maybe the picture was, I don't know.
And then here's the surgical robot that they've developed, which actually I think is a smart way of doing that because you don't want a human, to have to do the
Mm,
surgery and you have to rely on if they're having a good day or a bad day, right? They've read sad puppy stories or
yep.
I
I
just want to
know.
let you know
Yeah.
before I'm gonna do surgery on your brain that I'm just not in the mood today. I've just been really
Yeah.
upset with the world. I think, I read about these trials for this chip, and I'm just not down for that.
Yeah, I would not make a good brain surgeon
No.
or any kind of surgeon. I wouldn't even make a good seamstress. Like,
So
I can't tailor today.
to restore independence and improve lives, they've tailored this computer to do this. So you just kind of think about what happens. Here's the patient registry. If you're interested in learning more, you can join our patient registry. Let's sign up. What
Yeah.
do you gotta do?
Resistance is futile.
You're
Yeah.
interested in learning whether you may qualify for the future of Neuralink. Why is Neuralink creating a patient registry? Yeah, because there's lots of people that want to sign up. All right, so let's start my
Mm-hmm.
application. Please fill out to determine
Are you
whether
really?
you're eligible. Yeah, as long as I don't have to put any important information in that. It's just like name and
Personal?
email. Oh, well, maybe not, but we'll see in a second. Um, are you currently a legal adult? Yes. Are you a U.S. citizen? Yes. Do you have any of the following conditions? Quadriplegic, paraplegic, visual impairment. I got that one. Blindness. What's this one? I don't know how to say that word.
I can't read it.
Aphasia? Oh, here. Let's make this a little bigger for everybody. Aphasia?
Thanks. Oh, interesting.
Inability to speak. You don't hear about that one too much. Like this word that is probably whatever that
Oh,
is.
I thought you meant the inability to
No,
speak, and
no,
then you
no,
said you don't
no.
hear that very often, and I was like, that's because people can't say it.
That wasn't a joke.
Um,
Or hearing impaired or
um,
deafness. Let's go with visual impairment. I got that. Wow, you didn't qualify if you answered no to that. Let's see. Let's just answer no. Next questions. Unfortunately, you can't. Okay, let's go back. Yes. Yay, we're in. Please read this form carefully. It outlines important information about the procedures for participation in the patient registry. You're invited. Okay. Read that pretty quickly. What do we got? Potential risks, alternatives, some rights, questions about your contact information. Please provide your contact information. What is it? 555 123 4567. Wait. Oh, I thought they said check this box if you agree that you will not back out of this.
like, what? That's hilarious. Craig said that's his phone number. You're like, no wonder I remembered it so quickly.
Authorization to release my medical, psychiatric, and medical records. Ah, now they're getting.
Medication.
Ah,
Yeah.
wow. Now they're getting serious. Yeah, here you go. You gotta enter in a bunch of stuff. Yep. Nate, it is kind of semi-serious. You gotta give them all your medical records. They're gonna
Yeah.
comb through.
And sign it.
Yep. They're gonna see if you have any family that may sue them. Nope. So after
Yeah.
all this, would you go with the chip? Or would you rather have AI doing your surgery?
I think I'd like to start with AI and then go to Neuralink if necessary.
So, with the help of extensive data from intensive care units of various hospitals, an artificial intelligence was developed that provides suggestions for the treatment of people who require intensive care due to sepsis. Sepsis? SEPSIS?
Sepsis?
But there's no T.
Sepsis?
Yeah. I want to say septis.
Sepsis?
Sepsis?
I know that feels right.
Maybe a P and an S together make a T sound. Come to us for grammar.
Yeah.
Analysis shows that artificial intelligence already surpasses the quality of human decisions. However, it is important to also discuss legal aspects of such methods. I am mixed on that based off of what we were talking about, how a professor assigned his class an assignment to do an essay completely by ChatGPT. and then they had to analyze
Mm.
said paper afterwards for accuracies and misrepresentations and just flat out wrong stuff. And 60% of the papers or 60% of the data was inaccurate. So, or had inaccuracies in it, depending on what their measure was, um, which is pretty high. So then you definitely, I'm not saying you wouldn't want to use artificial intelligence when evaluating stuff, but you definitely want to have other people proofreading things or, looking over that diagnosis if you're using it for medical purposes. So then does that, just because you got the idea from the AI, but you reviewed it and you researched whatever and you're like, oh yeah, that does work. Is there a legal problem with that, or is the legal problem just purely just using the AI and not double checking it?
I mean, hopefully the idea is to use it as like to kind of weed out some things. I I didn't think of this before when you mentioned the when we had talked before about the papers being written by ChatGPT. I'm curious if they did the something similar with like papers just written by the students and then, I mean, obviously you couldn't fact check your own, but to then go back and like fact check just regular papers. Um, I wonder how much of it would also be incorrect. Just in general. Um, like then if it was like only 30% with the papers were inaccurate, then it would make the ChatGPT one like stand out more. I'm also curious, like, because doctors get stuff wrong all the time. So
You think?
so it is nice. I like the idea of having like this thing that's learning to kind of give them more um like a better tool to help find a solution. But I mean, nothing's going to be 100% or even 80%, I'm sure.
What's 89? 89%?
I don't know.
Yeah, I am. You know me, I'm more of a fan of technology, so I would say assistance is, if you have this thing that could help you and you refuse to even look at it or read what it has to say, then that's kind of silly. And so it would depend on how, like, if
Yeah.
it's only giving you like 10% or 5% accuracy, like, how long do you got to spend using it before you get something that's good? That would be a question. But if it's kicking out like 40%,
Mm.
anywhere from 40 to 50%, I would say that would be at least enough to entertain it. Like, be like, all right, let's see what this has to
Yeah.
do, you know?
Cross reference. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You may, and then the only way it's going to get better is by people figuring out what it can't do. So cool. Well,
Yeah.
that's
I
it.
like it. I think that's interesting.
I remember
I wonder if
what
they could
was.
use something like that with murders. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say,
Watch too many crime shows.
I remember, let's see, when I was at college in, probably would have been like 2005 time range, we were doing stuff with image recognition to find tumors in mammograms, right? Mammograms, the imaging.
Oh.
Is that
Hmm.
correct? Am I correct? Like that's the
Yeah.
process that
Yep.
you do to get the imaging. Yeah,
Yep.
and so
Mm.
we were looking at images for color contrast differences, which would signify the outlines of tumors. And then we would train the computers to look for that. Dr. Wolfer, that was his pet project, working with University of the Rush Medical University in Chicago, I think. something to that effect. He was working with a university out of Chicago, I believe. And so it was really
That's awesome.
interesting because it goes to what you said. Doctors miss things or can't see it, or the lines were extra faint, or just whatever. Because it's not really like it's not like a picture you take with a phone. It's kind of like if you've ever seen an
Mhm.
ultrasound or anything like that, it's kind of like, what are we looking at again? And so
Yeah.
yeah, so it was really an interesting project that we got a glimpse into. It was his project, and I don't know if we just got to see the tool that he was using or if we worked on some similar code. Like, obviously he was more advanced than us, but something to that effect. I remember we did image processing and we looked at these types of contrast differences in the data that's within the images. So I remember that part, but I don't think, it wasn't like our class project that we came up with or anything. So, but it was pretty cool. And I'm sure that it's probably being used now. I mean, it makes complete sense. Like it's just a helper. It's like, hey, maybe
Yeah.
you want to go in and scan this area a little closer. It wasn't like they were like, oh, the computer says we need to go cut open this spot, or that you have troubles
Yeah.
here,
Or
or you
all's
know,
good.
yeah. So
Yeah.
there was nothing like that, but it was just more an assistance tool. So I completely think it's valuable.
I do too. That's awesome. Yeah, because anything that helps, you know, helps people detect issues earlier, it's always going to be better. And less evasive ways, I think, will get people more willing to go to the doctor. Because that's the worst. You're like, I gotta, you know, get poked and prodded and squished and everything else. I go to the doctor, and they're like, you know, I don't know, just the idea that, hey, maybe it's not going to be as bad because there's this, yeah, while it's happening, there's like a second set of AIs. Guys. Meh, meh. So,
All right, that's it. Time to go.
we did it. Ah, that was a rough one. We, but next week we'll do ghosts. Maybe.
I don't know. I was just thinking about that, looking at the bot, looking at it on the screen. I was like, "Oh, we're probably gonna have to push that one again."
I know. Yeah. The audio is real bad. And I'm having a hard time getting a video
So,
uploaded.
yeah, to fill you in on that,
So,
Darcy went ghost hunting and has audio and video, and
mhm.
we're trying to get it to see if you believe what
Yep.
they captured.
Yeah. Ooh, scary.
Did you do your scary ghost arms? Like I was
No,
just
but
thinking
I
of
did move my shoulders.
I was thinking where they do like the stick arms and stuff on like animals or insects. Have you ever seen those videos where they got like a snake
Like that?
walking
Oh. Oh, yeah, those are hilarious.
and
I
he's like
love those
looking
little
back and
videos. I'll
forth
watch them
and
over and over again.
yeah, they are. They're
Yeah.
they're the best. They're the best. That's what I was thinking when you were doing ooh, that somebody drew like little arms on you and you were doing like wiggly
Little
arms or
arms on.
something.
Yep. No,
All right.
I need to do that. I still, yeah,
What?
I have some other ideas that I keep not doing.
Oh,
Remember,
okay.
I was gonna make puppets of us, and I still want to do it. I still think about it, but I haven't done it yet. So
All right.
I'll work on it.
Bye everyone.
Bye.